A couple of comments I wanted to make before we get started. This is sort of just my quick minute in the, quite literally in the spotlight this evening, so if you'll just bear with me for a second. First and foremost, I wanted to introduce Miss Eva Gertz, who is going to be doing our accompanying tonight. Secondly, although I know she's run off with her students, I wanted to take a minute and just say a quick word about Miss Fallstick. I've had the pleasure of working with her all year as her mentor, as she is a first-year teacher right out of UNH this past year, and she has really done a fantastic job coming into not just a middle school, not just a high school position, but a less than half-time high school and middle school position, and it seems like she's always here, which is crazy. She's shown, above and beyond commitment for someone who is just jumping and getting their feet wet. And as her mentor, I've seen up days, down days, frustrations, great successes. I recall my first year teaching and was not nearly as successful as she has been, and I say that absolutely honestly. But I could not be more proud to be associated with such a great, young, exciting new teacher who is really a huge boon for this department. And also, when you're a mentor, and as I'm sure any of you that have been in a mentoring role might know, it really forces you to look at yourself to make sure you're passing on the right things. And in effect, she's really helped me become a better choral teacher and a lot of the techniques we've discussed, and just sort of keeps me honest, because I'm forced to look at myself in the mirror as I'm passing on the so-called wisdom of almost 20 years in the business. So I know she's not in the room, but I did want to acknowledge one more time this festival. Our 7th and 8th grade boys have done a variety of things this year, and this group has grown tremendously. I've been very excited to work with them. You may recall in their solo performance from the winter concert, we did a little Elvis Presley, so we shook in a little 50s. We went a little bit World on You with the Bonse Abba at the Choral Vertical concert. Hopefully you were there to hear that. And what I decided to do for the final concert of the year is get a little bit heavy on them. I don't think it'll be so heavy on you, but as young people, to sing something in a more strict, so to speak, classical vein of music is not always the most popular choice among middle school students, but I really thought it was time to step up the game and challenge them. And at one point in this piece, we do break into 4-part harmony. We're not a huge group, so that gives each singer a lot of responsibility, but I knew they could do it. And it's a beautiful piece of music that I think you'll enjoy, called Take Those Lips Away, with a text by William Shakespeare. And my last comment is just, unlike the band concerts I conduct over the course of the year, where I encourage parents to make the kids play for them, make them play for family members, whatever, just to keep the kids going, you are all singers. And it's not just me or Mrs. Budko or Ms. Fallstick or your students. This is something you can do within your family, in your home, every day, any day. It doesn't matter if you think you're great or if you think you're not so great. Okay, everybody has that self-deprecating thing about their singing, but you're all singers. So take advantage of that. It's great family time. My first musical experience was my dad singing with me in his truck, and he was not a good singer. I look back, I'm sorry, bless his soul. But that is something that will leave a real indelible impression on these guys, on your little ones if you have younger children. Please do that. It's such a wonderful thing. So without further ado, and enough of my yakking, take these lips away.